Now today, the ANC celebrated its 107th anniversary and it put on a united front. President Cyril Ramaphosa addressed a crowd of supporters in KwaZulu-Natal as part of those anniversary celebrations taking place mainly across that province. Nearby was former President Jacob Zuma. Now recently it was reported that Ramaphosa had scheduled a meeting with Zuma to discuss his potential to divide the party. This after Zuma tweeted that he supported the nationalisation of land, which is not, you'll remember, official ANC policy. The party saying it plans to fill up the Moses Mabhida Stadium. That's for the launch of its manifesto this weekend. So KwaZulu-Natal right now, the epicenter of these celebrations and the start, the kickoff of campaigning for the elections. To discuss, we're joined by the ANC Deputy Secretary General, Jessie Duarte from KwaZulu-Natal. Ms. Duarte, thank you for being with us. What was the party's main message today?
The main message of the ANC today is the message of unity of the ANC firstly. A strong ANC is a strong possibility for uniting the entire country. What impressed us, all of us, wherever we went, was the non-racial character of all the rallies we addressed. We addressed in total perhaps 2 a day. I addressed 2 a day, so 6 of us, 2 a day, that's 12 rallies today, which is an excellent record throughout KwaZulu-Natal. All of them were well attended and enthusiastically supported by people. The message also of ensuring that we within the ANC renew ourselves, ensure that we deal with matters in a manner which will ensure that South Africa gives its trust back to the ANC. We spoke very directly to community councillors. We did door-to-door work, understood issues that people had, where possible, were able to arrange for some matters to be resolved, water issues in the main or electricity issues where provisioning exists, but it's not flowing through to the community in some instances. We addressed the youth leagues and the women's leagues. So I think we've done fairly well today as a starting point for an election campaign, which we hope will be one that will unite all South Africans behind a manifesto that we are going to launch on the 12th.
Deputy Secretary General, there are reports that the crowd started chanting Zuma, Zuma, Zuma at the main event. Can you tell us, did you experience that? And is that a problem in a province where he's popular, but you're trying to entrench a new leadership for the party?
Well, I think I wasn't there, but we did get reports that there was a small moment when people, apparently he had not yet been introduced. And everybody else had been introduced and people chanted his name. The reports we have is that it wasn't a serious matter. It passed over very quickly, and the president managed to ensure people that he is one of the most fortunate presidents of the ANC, because he has 3 other presidents that he can refer to as reference points on matters that he has to deal with. So I think President Ramaphosa himself put the message out of, yes, he will be working with his predecessors. Yes, he is looking to make sure that unity is the most important factor here. And I think that message was well received by the crowds.
I'm sure you'll understand there's a lot of speculation about the 2 of them being together following reports that President Cyril Ramaphosa wanted to meet with former President Zuma over possible divisive tendencies. Are you willing to say, from your perspective, how that relationship is working?
Well, as far as I know, there are regular meetings between the 2 presidents. It's not really, the speculation surprises us. They do talk. They do talk about issues that occur on a daily basis. They've always had a very good relationship. Remember that President Zuma was the Deputy Secretary General of the ANC at the time when President Ramaphosa was the Secretary General. So they've got a long-standing relationship, have worked together and especially worked together during the CODESA period. Pre that, they had a relationship when President Ramaphosa, when President Zuma was in exile and President Ramaphosa was the General Secretary of the NUM. So this is not a new relationship. It is not a strained relationship. I would say it's a very honest relationship. They do talk to one another about issues that arise from time to time, and it's not toxic. And I think that's the issue that we'd like to express to people.
An analyst yesterday told us his view that this unity, the speak of the party right now, is actually a compromise because nobody wants to be accused of causing a splinter group. Is this a very tenuous compromise heading into elections?
No, I would disagree with your analyst or the analyst completely. I think the notion of unity is an important one that we must put out. And it arises out of the fact that, as a reality, each time there is an ANC conference and there are differing perspectives, post that conference, some people in the ANC hang on to the positions that they might have held before the conference. This time it's been different. Once we were elected, we all understood that we had come from different perspectives, but the common resolutions of the ANC is what was binding us. We started working immediately to talk to people about unity as a mechanism to ensure that the ANC's program is carried through, and that's taken root. Wherever we go, people themselves are embracing the notion of unity. So it's not a compromise, it's a necessity. It's a necessity. We have to unite, irrespective of what perspectives we may have or who we may have supported pre-NASREC. And NASREC is a year ago. We're way beyond that point now. We're working together very well, all of us.
All right, then finally, Moses Mabhida Stadium, the party saying you hope to fill that up on Saturday, launch the manifesto. Yes. What is different? What is the ANC going to give us that's new, that's fresh, that's going to win you the elections?
Francis, I'd love to share with you what's in the manifesto, but I think that won't happen right now. We would like it to be fresh on Saturday when our president presents it to the people of South Africa. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to hold on until then. I think you will find it's an interesting manifesto. It's a very pragmatic one, but at the same time, it's a manifesto that looks at South Africa broadly in the sense of what the needs of the country are at this point in time, as well as building towards a South Africa 50 years into the future.
All right, thank you very much. We've been put on hold by the ANC Deputy Secretary General, Jessie Duarte, speaking to us from KwaZulu-Natal. We'll follow those celebrations into the weekend. We'll take a short break. We'll be back.